It's amazing how many years of experience added up on together. 269 years of experience. That's more than the whole United States has been alive that long, right? Isn't it great? And we congratulate each one of them. So the first one we have is Miss Vickie Burch. If you'll just come forward. Wait, you gotta get here. We gotta get a good picture. You gotta shake all the hands. The next one is Juanita Regalado. This next retiree was our Elementary Teacher of the Year in 2005, Chantel Riley. She said she would do a cartwheel, but she might fall. Our next retiree with 26 years of experience was the 2018 Staff Member of the Year, Josie Guerrero. Next retiree, when he was in high school, was known as Mr. Muleshoe, Mr. Sam Whalin. 26 years.
Bigger and better things, man. You're proud.
He's not that excited about leaving, I know. The next retiree had 28 years of experience. 28 years. Miss Charlotte Field. Our next retiree with 29 years of experience. Did a lot of calculating, a lot of number crunching took care of a lot of budget items and got us out of a lot of jams. I want to thank Miss Lisa Whalin.
This is exciting. And so they're going to go spend all their time. We're in Ruidoso somewhere in Mobile.
That's right.
Not Mobile,
That's
travel.
right.
Wish I could go. I wish I could go. You can come work out with me.
Retirements are always difficult because there's a lot of joy and there's a lot of sadness at the same time as they begin new chapters in their lives. This next retiree has done a lot of things for a lot of kids in a lot of emotional ways. And we just thank her for 31 years of experience. 31. Is there anyone here under age 31? 31 years of experience. Miss Lynn Brantley.
This is pretty special to our families.
"32 years of experience. Miss Sally Messenger.
I taught these two. And a bunch of y'all out there too.
Hey, Mom, look at me.
I did too. Exactly.
Hey, Sally, just sit.
Sam, my good person didn't teach me. Maybe that's why I don't communicate.
That's it. That's your problem. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I go this way to go. I've never been able to do that, so.
No cartwheels.
No.
But the next person probably has done a few cartwheels because they taught elementary PE for a few years. So 34 years. 34 years. Thank you so much, Miss Diane Skipworth.
Oh, jump rope.
Okay, okay.
Mrs. Dalton Taylor.
Y'all just gotta stay right there. I'd like to introduce to you Mrs. Pam Helton from First Bank and Phil Kent from Happy State Bank. As the banks have changed hands a little bit, they've been so generous to help us with our Staff Member of the Year and Teacher of the Year. They provide half the money on these, and each one of them is a $500 certificate and the Golden Apple. So I'm going to try to introduce our Staff Member of the Year. Our Staff Member of the Year was born in Texas and has contributed to Muleshoe ISD in many ways. Her huge smile and servant attitude for helping kids is unbelievable. Actually, the staff member grew up on a small farm outside of town, and she worked hard on the farm to help her family. We had 6 staff members nominated, but the committee chose this person due to her continuous growth and improvement. The Staff Member of the Year graduated from Muleshoe High School. And one of the nominees said, "I have worked with this person for many years, and she never ceases to amaze me. She knows what each teacher has in their unique teaching style, and she makes it easier for the teachers to reach those kids and provide instruction." Did I mention that this staff member graduated from Muleshoe High? And she has 21 years of experience. She is one of a kind, that's what another person said, teaching kids how to learn, how to read, how to write, and learn the language. Sometimes this staff member goes by the nickname Karen. This Karen is responsible in all of her duties and holds students accountable, is hardworking, caring, and dependable, and loves working with kids. She attended Clovis Community College. She lived on a farm for many years before moving to Muleshoe, and she's a 1975 graduate of Muleshoe High. She's a loving mother and grandmother, and she takes a lot of pictures of her grandkids, has these photo albums, thousands of pictures. And when she was very young, she worked at Perry's, El Jacalito, Tortilla Factory, Viola's Restaurant. Our Staff Member of the Year is Rosemary Anzaldua.
Okay?
There you go. Thank you. Congratulations.
I think you got it. You got it. You got it.
I tried to tell you.
Did she know who it was?
She probably knew when we said Karen.
So thankful to have these families be able to share this time. The Elementary Teacher of the Year is very inquisitive. When I would try to call her family, and they would have to go out in the garage to try to talk to me, and she would follow them out in the garage. She missed the kids during the pandemic. This Elementary Teacher of the Year was born in Muleshoe. In fact, she was born in a hurry-up C-section, according to her mother. The personality of this teacher, described by her mother, is happy, upbeat, and positive. Our last teacher had a nickname of Karen. This one had a nickname of growing up called Nana Banana. She also has something in common with the Staff Member of the Year because she graduated from Muleshoe High School in 1975. This teacher cares about kids, and her nomination, it explained of her tremendous effect on her job duty of picking kids up every day, early in the morning, including the sight words, letters, and numbers that she had in her classroom as she incorporated them into her activities. She has an ever-present smile on her face and loves working with kids. The dedication and ensuring her program was exciting and entertaining and allows for students to have a blast and continue to grow, was one of the nominees' statements. One interesting thing about this staff member is that she does not like cats. We give her a giant parachute, some cool bikes, and engaging activities. The Elementary Teacher of the Year for 2021 is Miss Diane Skipworth. Skipworth.
Congratulations.
Someone came in here.
Hello. Get in the garage. Well deserved. Spot to go.
Oh, here, we want to get a picture. Here was from one of the students. People who work hard and are determined to get things done should be honored for their hard work, says a student about the Secondary Teacher of the Year. This teacher helps me be creative and imaginative and also helps me build skills for the future. This teacher was born in Texas, weighed 7 pounds and 14 ounces at birth. They moved to Muleshoe later in life. This teacher set goals for their students and makes students stay focused and achieve their best. This teacher attended South Plains College in Carleton State at Stephenville. And even though they were born in Odessa, Texas, the teacher married in 2005 and moved back to Muleshoe in 2006. When this teacher was young, he went to Fry and Cox to buy some lumber for a treehouse. He cut a deal with Brad at Fry and Cox and surprisingly drove up to the parsonage, and the preacher's wife is there, and all of a sudden the preacher's wife doesn't have a clue what's going on, and this truck unloads all this lumber for this young man to build a treehouse. And as young as 12 years old, he cut a deal with Sam to get the lumber from the outside bleachers so that he could build a feed room that was movable, and it still exists today. His nickname is Handsome because when he was young, when he had a daughter, one of his daughters said, "You call me Princess, I'll call you Handsome." Handsome is an inspiring teacher, is helpful to all individual students, and one student said, "The duties of a teacher are neither few nor small, but they elevate the mind and give energy to the character." He is always helping us to improve and get better. The Teacher of the Year, Secondary Teacher of the Year, is Mr. Brandon Thomason. Oh, here, Brandon. Come here. Thank you. You two girls so bad. Thank you.
Okay, we're here today with who?
This is Dick Black.
All right, Mr. Black, you are retiring, correct? How many years in the Muleshoe schools?
36 years in the Muleshoe High School District with Watson Junior High. I've taught driver's ed and also driven a bus for 36 years also, yeah.
Wow, so did you teach a couple years somewhere else before you came to Muleshoe?
Taught 1 year in Tulia, Texas, yes.
Toya?
Yes.
So in Muleshoe at Watson Junior High School, was it always Watson Junior High? At first it probably wasn't.
When I first, yes, it's always been.
It's always been
changed, and of course I went through the school when it was Muleshoe Junior High School. But then they changed in about 64, 65. They changed to Elizabeth B. Watson. Of course, she was one of my instructors when I went through junior high at the original time when I.
So what year did you graduate from Muleshoe Schools?
1968.
1968, awesome. So now in your teaching career, you were in 7th grade?
I was in 7th grade English, and then that's during when they had state testing. And then when they moved the state testing to the 8th grade, they moved me to the 8th grade when they moved the state testing to the 8th grade.
8th grade, awesome. Who are some of your favorite fellow teachers and administrators over the years?
I would say Fred Martis was the first principal who hired me. Of course, I knew him from high school. And then I've had many, of course, Ronnie Jones was assistant principal and Bob Graves was principal there for a while. Evelyn Northcutt, remember her, she's an excellent teacher. She taught math. And then several other teachers I've known through while I've been in junior high, yes.
Well, what are some of your favorite stories of former students that just did great things out there?
I guess one of the outstanding students I know in my early years was Mason Coughlin. Of course, I understand he's become a doctorate in music, and he was an outstanding student. And of course, I can remember Lincoln Riley quite well. I can even remember where he sat in the classroom. He was exemplary in the classroom, of course, as we see today. And that was some of the most prominent ones I remember right off the bat.
What are your plans for retirement?
The school still is going to let me drive a bus, so I'll still be driving a bus, so I won't be totally retired. And then, of course, I have grandkids that go to Jim Ned and Tuscola, and then I have grandkids that attend Frisco schools, all feeding to the Reeder High School in Frisco. So plan on visiting more of my grandkids' activities and seeing them more often than what I have been.
That's great. Well, we wanted to make sure and include you. Would be remiss not to have Dean Black, 38 years, retiring after this school year, 36 in the Muleshoe schools, all at Watson Junior High School.